and move that out. Wait, that's just liquid fuel. We're out of... Oh, no. We're out of oxidizer. That's weird. How do we get out of that so quickly? Okay. These are on in. Let's put both of those on... Oi. We get all the fuel we can from this liquid fuel tank, and we put those into the others. Didn't know we had that little oxidizer, though. Let's see how we do. Not that much further north. Still, though, what I want to try... Oh, yeah. See, that's a Kerbal habit. I already wanted to quick load. What we can try, though, is put this on top of a rocket. Just have it do re-entry. Okay, we need this thing to be able to do a landing. So first, as you can see, speeding up makes this thing go real unaerodynamic. First, we're gonna bring this thing back down. And then we're gonna see if we can put this on a rocket. I mean, the alternative would be to fly this thing. There we go. For about 25 minutes, so that's, even if we speed up, that will be 5 minutes at this. Do we even have that with 2 hours of fuel? So that would actually be a feasible thing. But it's also slowing down, as you can see. We'd have to literally have it focused very carefully, exactly on the horizon. And that's sort of the problem here. I'd love to keep it just flying like this and then make a cup of tea in return. Much wobble? Yeah. Yeah, this thing, particularly in sped up mode, there we go, gets a lot of physics. But even so, it's not meant to have supersonic speeds. Yeah, see, we're slowing down so much, it would still take a full-on 5 to 6 minutes to fly like this to the North Pole. So instead, we're just gonna get this terrible, terrible thing, remove some speed by doing these weird little, there we go, these little motions, and then take her down to surface level and get her ready for a landing. Okay, for one, let's get much further to the ground. Kerbal's remarkably calm. Yeah, Jedvan is quite a badass, apparently. He also died and came back to life. And considering we've already lost Valentina and Jebediah to these experimental planes, he does not have much that he should be confident about right now. Okay, time to really start pulling up. Rip Jebediah, yup. Yeah, sadly so, sadly so. Okay, much too steep an angle of attack now. Carefully have it move forward. Only brain damage Kerbal to a volunteer for the space program. Don't have any idea what's happening to them. Well, hey, look. We are paying them, what, 60k a Kerbal? So, you know, 60k is not a bad salary, I imagine, even for Kerbals. Considering you can build a rocket for 60k. We have rockets that are more expensive than the lives of these Kerbals. Let's get some more rake here. Carefully lower yourself, Jedvan. Oh, hill, Jedvan, hill. There we go. This is what lost us Valentina, Jedvan. This is what lost us Valentina. Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. Don't be... Actually, by now... Just don't risk it at all. Just do the emergency landing maneuvers. Emergency landing maneuvers, and the engine won't live, but you'll be fine. Brake. Recover. Okay, so we're gonna do something real weird that I've never done before, and I have no idea whether it might murder him. Auto mod? Really? It did that one as auto mod already? Okay. Let's see. So my plan in this case is... we're just gonna... This is so much easier in the rocket thing, by the way, but... I'm gonna see if we can just... Actually, literally, this is easier in the rocket thing. Don't save these changes. I'm a little bit concerned about the elevons. I don't think they're on well either. I think they're too angled to be good. Okay. I'm gonna try this again. I have never done this. I don't know if this is a good idea. To be honest, I don't think it's a good idea. Because these elevons will already be active once we start flying. So they're going to interfere with the way we want to steer our rocket. But I want to see how this works. And as you can see, it has no idea how to deal with this design. I need a bunch of these fins. Probably a load of them just to keep this thing going steady. Maybe... I'm gonna do liquid fuel tanks right now. Normally you would do this with... Where? Wait, where? Oh, wait, I didn't put any engines on there. Normally, I imagine you'd want to do this with solid rocket boosters, but because you cannot turn them off, I'm thinking it might be safer to just try this without first. This is not going to get us very far at all. Let's scale this baby up. Scale that baby up. And we'll just have to use some structure here. Okay. This is the dumbest thing I've ever built. Oh, I know, Vampiric. This does not look like a good idea at all. Yup. Now, this is the dumbest thing I've ever thought of. Did I implement the abort sequence correctly? I'm gonna recover it before we launch, because otherwise this might be suicidal. Thank you. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Maybe we should just do something safer, like landing our rover on Minmus. Okay, the abort sequence is there, but of course I'm suddenly realizing we will also want to be able to decouple this, shut down this engine, and shut down those engines. And maybe decouple everything. Just let the thing fall apart. Already unstable on launch pad. Look, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It won't be fine. This is terrible. I've got a quick save as well. Alright, Katie, of course you can scratch on the table. Told you it'd be fine. Well, that's never happened before. Ay, ay, ay. Wow, these color settings make it look like I'm really red right now. Is this yeah, let's repair this. Again, you know what? I'm okay with not having these North Pole measurements right now. Let's just get some scientific data from space. Let's make it easy. Let's do the easy one, finish that mission, and then just land a rover on Minmus. It'll be fine. Oh, wow. Okay, new design, don't save this. Okay, what science do we need? Kerbal space. EVA report and material studies. We need 2 of those. Okay. So we need to get high, is what they're saying. Now, we will just shoot something into space. Doesn't even need to be that big, that relevant. We just shoot it off into space and it'll be fine, to be honest. It doesn't need anything except going into space and doing these few bits of science. There we go. So let's just do something simple and leave it at that. This can be, there we go, a second stage. This already has more delta V than you need, except that this is the thing I expect to use in space, so that is way more delta V than I need in space. We can actually even just do something like this. All we need is 700 to deorbit. Now This gets us 2,900. So we need a little bit more to get fully into space. As I said, easy. Nothing weird. 3,600. Actually, you know what? We don't need to get into orbit. We just need something in space. So this will actually suit our needs, I think. We'll just call it the something descriptive. Let's see. Land safely. Science get. Let's just launch it. All we need is an apoapsis of higher than 250,000. Hey, kitty. Okay, Jedvin. Time to get you to space. So I'm gently... Oh, God! Nope, 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 nope. I was already trying to flip. I was saying I was gently trying to get a bit of a gravity turn so that our return won't be too hot and we won't burn up too much. There we go. And we don't even need to be neatly on the 90 degrees. Literally, the only thing we're doing is trying to get into space. And we use it with a kitty with a reasonable apoapsis. Food. It's right there. I know. You want me to directly feed you, but your food's right there. Cats, man. He pretends to be the most useless, weak kitty around. Like, when he wants to jump on the bed at night to sleep, I'll be there, and he does this whole little try to attempt to jump up 5 times before he jumps up. I have literally seen him, and I mean literal in that exact sense, I've seen him literally jump over the bed in one leap. Yet he still manages to pretend like, oh, I can't reach. You know, this would actually get us into orbit. Oh, I'm already right there where I need to be. Okay, we are in space. So let's do a material study. Microgravity has greatly affected the growth of crystalline structures. Loose objects are also flying around the bay in a very messy but fascinating way. Record that data. Which is now already safely stored in the pod. This is a bit of an advantage, because before you'd have to EVA, get the data, and then go back, which is a little bit tedious. But there we go, we're fast forwarding to there, because now we have 2 new science bits. The material bay. Consider how nice it is to be in the lab rather than in the badlands below you. Record that data and go on an EVA. Jedvin, don't toggle your EVA suit. Get an EVA report. Psh, badlands, whatever. Next we're going to say Elu's giant snowball, and Lathe is populated by another race of Kerbals. Let's do a nice little EVA maneuver here. Just to get him that extra bit of XP that he needs. Let's have a little look at that rocket. Oh, watch out there, buddy. You can actually disassemble parts. So we could disassemble this, and boom. And you can get material base, as you can see. So this is material kits. That is based on the there we go. On the colonization mod that we have, where you can disassemble and recycle bits and move it into to different areas and use it to create buildings on planets. It's real nice. Okay. We have done our duty for science. Next up, let's go a little forward. And move this out a little bit. I want to smear out our return. We definitely have too much delta V on this thing. You know what? This is actually a little bit too much right now. Let's flip this around to retrograde. $30K, that's nice. Detach this baby. Actually, while we're here, that one's going to deorbit. While we're here and we have enough fuel, let's put him into orbit. There we go. Give him a little EVA maneuver. Let go. Get some lights on you. That way he's done EVA in orbit of Kerbal. Another good bit of XP. Yeah, the Kerbal chew up the wings? Yep, who needs them? In fact, who needs any of this? There we go. Board that baby. And let's go retrograde again. As you can see, this turned out indeed to be more than what was necessary to get into orbit. Now, what I want to do... Oh, yeah, materials study while flying. What I want to do is hold retrograde and see if I can slow down as much as I can. So that we start descending gently. But that I bleed off a lot of the speed that we're gaining using the engine. Let's see, have a look at our horizontal speed. So I want that to be decreasing as much as possible. Again, exactly why I'm burning towards the horizon here. Okay, let's flip this baby. And then detach. Let go of this. So that the pod can find its safe center. And that thing hopefully burns up in the atmosphere. There we go. As it speeds on ahead of us. And we continue to be slowed down in our aero brake. That at least completes one of our missions. And the other one was to put a rover on Minmus. Which is bizarre that we can easily put a rover on Minmus, but we can't fly to the North Pole. Although, I guess technically we can, but it would take 40 minutes. There we go. That was some of the explosions and the bits flying around us already. Let's just fast forward through this. We have seen these things before. There we go. The drogue chutes preventing us from getting into the high G area. I am wondering though, I don't know if you have any good ideas for how to adjust this space plane, but I don't know why it, well, not space plane, but how to get that plane to the North Pole easily enough. Because we do need to be in flight below a certain altitude, so rocket's not handy for that, I think. This is the downside of being so safe. Could probably cut these and still be okay, but that would also increase our speed to the surface. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, report, okay. In that case, EVA. Get that EVA report. Calculate the number of snacks you should be able to swim to KSP. And surface sample. Board that baby. And recover this vessel. That should already meet the requirement of one of the contracts that we had. There we go. So now we suddenly have 80 science. And advanced to level 1. There we go. Completion. Perfect. What other contracts do we have? So this one still just takes time. This one we've been struggling with. This one takes time, will happen. That one we've just done. That one takes time, will happen. Plant flag on the Mun. That's for the weekend. And land rover on Minmus. That's gonna take quite a while to land there. I want this explore the Mun though. We're gonna take this contract because it connects so well to the ones we have. Actually, let's very quickly check the deadlines. 4 years, 4 years, 2 years, never. 4 years, 9 years, 23 years, fine. We're okay with the deadline. So in that case, what we need to do is adjust the lander for a rover. Because if you remember, we had... Ooh, what was it now? The Lone Ranger? Oh, no. And satellites, where was it? Dick Grayson, that's what we called it, wasn't it? This is the weird, freaky thing that we sent to Mun. Now the problem was... There we go. Let's save this as a Jexus 2. Minmus lander. Save this for now. So, if you recall, we specifically crippled the speed of this thing to make sure it didn't flip about as much. But the problem we had was that this, of course, was not balanced around the middle. Let's see, the center of weight. was around here. And none of this was balanced properly, so what we want to do maybe is